Hey, what's up guys? Ian Fernando here, and today I'm going to show you how to create a successful ad campaign on RichAds push platform. Now, why push advertising? Well, push advertising is one of those new ad platforms that allows you to get the highest engagement and almost have the highest volume. And I should know, I've been advertising for the past 15 years, and I'm going to actually show you how to properly set up an ad campaign on RichAds push platform. So let's go ahead and go inside. Okay, let's go ahead and start and sign up on Rich Push Ad Platform. I'm going to hit on sign up in the upper right hand corner here. It's a very straightforward registration process. We're going to head and put in our email address, choose your account type, individual or company, and then obviously your password. And obviously you got to click on tick to accept all the rules and regulations and customer agreement. And since I already have an account with them, I'll go ahead and click on sign in. Now, RichAds offers several formats, but Push is the format that has the biggest traffic and biggest volume. But they do have pops and native, and soon they're going to have display. But another benefit of Push is just the fact that it's an alert system, right? Push notifications simulate an alert on a user's phone or a personal message, and this is the reason why we want to use it. It has the highest visibility and probably the highest engagement than any ad platform. So we're going to click on Push right here. And you'll be introduced to just the creative side of this campaign. You can see that they have a naming convention randomized under campaign here, but you can name it whatever you want. I tend to leave it as what they generated. It's just because it makes things just so much easier and faster for me. But you can name it Walmart sweeps or whatever you'd like, all right? But let me go ahead and get my destination URL or campaign URL for my tracker first and enter it here. And this is basically the click where the users will be going, and then tracker will record all that information. Now we're going to go ahead and create a title. Now the title is very important because remember, these are alerts. These are messages that users might see on their phone. So we want to make sure that it acts like an alert. So your title should be something like an alert, like one pending message. And in the message, you can go ahead and enter what they're actually going to be receiving. Receive your $100 Walmart gift card. There you go. And then we're going to click on icon to add in the icon here for the alert. Let's go ahead and crop it. Pretty straightforward. Okay, and you'll see the preview on the right hand side and how it's going to look. Now, the creative image for this is for Windows users. I don't usually tend to use it that much, but if you want to see this preview, go ahead and just click on this little button right here and you'll see the preview, how it's going to look. But since we're doing mobile, this is how the message or the alert is going to look on the user's phone. Okay. And that's it on creating creative. But you want to upload at least 5 to 10 unique creatives. It's very important because you want to see which creative, which icon, which title, which message are actually going to be performing better. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and click on add another creative. Let me just go ahead and copy my campaign URL and paste it back in here. Okay, and then we're going to choose another title. Maybe we want to say pending $100 gift card, right? And then the message here is, what we want to say here is maybe we want to use the city location of the user, which Rich Push does have and which you can integrate in their ads. It is open bracket city, close bracket city. We're going to say Walmart is giving away $100. So this is going to say, let's say the person is in a city like Louisiana. Louisiana Walmart is giving away $100. So that's what's going to say on the user's phone, and that's what's the user's going to see. It makes it more personalized, right? This way they feel like, oh, this ad is actually for me and it belongs to my city, right? This is a great way to get a higher user engagement for the user. Let's go ahead and add a new icon. Make sure it fits. And there you go. This is the new ad. I recommend to usually do 5 to 10 creatives. This way you can go ahead and see which one is performing much, much better, right? Make sure you try to personalize your push notifications as much as you can, because remember, these are alerts on the user's phone, and you want to make sure that it is really meant for them, right? Tracking is basically how we're going to be using some of the features that Rich Push has, right? Conversion tracking is technically very important. It allows you to analyze user actions in detail, but also allows you to use the features like targeted CPA and smart CPC and automated rules and micro bidding. Micro conversions are actions that users take prior to your goal conversions. For example, if your goal conversions is a deposit, you can start to track registrations first and then optimize your campaigns by them for some time. And this is the post conversions, or this is a post back conversion actually, which you add into your tracker. And I'll show you it into my tracker here, which I've already added in. And you can see I've added in here. This means that once the tracker receives the conversion, it's going to take that information and post it to Rich Push. Now, there's 2 ways of doing conversion tracking. One is obviously postback, the other is pixel. And we do that through your tracking platform. Now, pixels are much, much easier because you really don't need a third-party tracker. Plus, RichAds makes a detailed report on bids and impressions within the platform. Let's move on to targeting. Now, for my campaign, I'll be using United States just because this specific offer is only available in the United States. We're going to keep everything open, but we're also going to ignore tablets and desktop. I only want to include mobile devices. Now, what I want to do also is exclude certain OSs, or I only want to include certain OSs. I want to include only Android 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, this is based off my experience and the data that I've done for multiple times, right? So maybe your data might show something different, but it's all about what the tracker tells you, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and click on impression cap, and impression capping is basically the frequency cap of how many times the users will see your ad within a certain time frame, like 1 impression per 24 hours, or you want to say 3 impressions for 7 days, right? This allows Rich Push to advertise your ads over an X amount of period and only show that person a set amount of ads. So it's kind of very important. And the same thing happens with clicks. If the user clicks on your ad, that means they won't get another ad from that, right? So 1 click per day or 1 click per 7 days, right? So this helps you limit and save on your budget as well. And then we're going to go ahead and click on advanced targeting for more targeting options. Like I explained earlier in targeting, we can include and exclude certain things. And here we're going to include specific browsers that we want. Or specifically for this campaign, I want to exclude browsers. I want to exclude browsers like Mozilla, and I want to exclude browsers such as Safari. This is because they do block cookie tracking, especially on the type and update of their browser, and I don't want to risk that, so I'll go ahead and just exclude those browsers. Browser language, I only want English. Connection, carrier, and IP targeting will leave all open. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to budget. Like most advertisers, I work at a CPC model, meaning cost per click. In the targeting section, we saw recommended CPCs for our parameters, which is just around 5 cents, which is the recommended budget. Let's go back here. As you can see here, this is the recommended budget here. but the minimum cost per click is just a penny, right? So you want to maybe be above, below the recommended, but I'll go ahead and just go above the minimum CPC, which is 2 cents, which they've already adjusted for me. Now you want to choose your budget per day. Mind you, it's better to do this according to your CPA goal. Also remember that at the start, you need to test the performance of each source. If your budget is not enough, the platform won't be able to take responsibility for any overspend issues. Remember, that's very, very important. Budget type means how your budget will be spent. Okay, meaning ASAP, meaning if you win the bidding pool, your budget will go ahead and spend as fast as it can. Whereas even, your campaign requires equal spending over X amount of periods, right? This is good because you want to see if you're going to be able to see multiple hours in one day or even over the week. We're going to go ahead and start it off at the recommended daily budget of $25. With a budget, we have Smart CPC turned on. This feature allows you to decrease CPC as much as possible without notable loss in conversion. But if you have a low CPC from the start, I don't recommend using it. Remember that with too low of a CPC, you're at risk of not getting enough traffic. And that's because of how you're bidding. The bidding pool of the recommended CPC of 5 cents means you might win a majority of the traffic. But if you have a CPC of 1 cent, which is the minimum here, you might not get any volume or clicks or impressions at all. So it's good to have a CPC in between these two numbers. But if you want to win everything, then you'll want to go ahead and go above this number. And CPC is important because it allows you to optimize the campaign on itself. Now we're going to have a CPA goal and target CPA for this campaign. And what that means is that we want to basically have a set goal for this specific campaign. So after 10 conversion, this is how the platform will work. It's going to go through the algorithms and figure out if it needs more bids, or it needs to bid more, or it needs to bid less, right? Based on your CPA goal here. Since the payout of this campaign is $2.40, we're going to have the CPA goal of maybe about 40 cents. Now let's take a look at the other options. It's better to run on all sources. On here, if I turn it off, you'll see that there's a bunch of sources here that we could turn off, but it's better to run on all of them right away. If you haven't launched a campaign at all, this is almost very similar to like Run Network or RON, right? Maybe you can turn off any of these sources based on what your tracking data tells you. But to improve the performance quickly, you can request a whitelist from your ad account manager, and they'll give you a whitelist based on the offer that you provide. If you want to go ahead and advertise to new subscribers, you go ahead and click on new subscribers only. This way you target only the users who subscribe to push notifications less than 7 days old and haven't gotten used to any alerts just yet. It's great to boost CTR, more impressions, and probably a higher rate of conversion. Moreover, you can have more chances to leave behind on the competition. So we're going to go ahead and leave that on as well, just in case. This does also increase your CPC. Next, we're going to go ahead and click on schedule. Now, schedule allows you when you want to run your ads. You can set either your time or local time in the country where your campaign will run. Use local time here or the campaign or wherever the campaign is being set off. We're just going to use local time where I'm at, so this way it's easier for me. But a lot of affiliates do it by the target or the country they chose when they do their targeting, which is right here. Okay, so if I chose Australia here, the schedule will be based on Australia. And then we're going to go ahead and just click on where we want to advertise on, what hours. And it's pretty straightforward. Okay. And then last but not least, automated rules. When you use the results of your campaign's performance, you can optimize your campaigns with automated rules. What does it mean? It means you'll be able to add a source to the black or white list, increase bids, or decrease them automatically based on the rules that you've set. You can learn more about this by going to their blog, and then I'll leave a link in their blog in the description below. But we can make one very, very simple right here. If we want at least a 1% CTR on your creatives, then we want to pause underperforming ads, right? So we'll hit pause. And for a 1% CTR, we want to say if their impressions are more than, let's say 100,000, and the clicks are less than 1,000, then pause the creative. And what this rule does, it will check it every 20 minutes. This allows you to basically self-optimize the campaign while you're sleeping, while you're away from your keyboard, etc. So if you have more than 5 creatives, like we stated in the beginning, then you will set these rules in order for you to find the best creative, the one that's getting the most engagement, and always allow you to spend on the ads or the creative that's most performing for your ad. Click on create, and then you're going to go ahead and see it in the campaign area.
After your campaign is approved and it's launched automatically, then you'll be able to track the results and optimize your campaigns with automated rules and micro bidding within the RichAds platform. Follow Rich Push blogs and newsletters for more text and video tutorials on all of these topics that you just saw. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and my tip for these amazing results, and thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.